everybody, this is Roy Bandari with TalkCondo.com, and we are joined by Rachel, Head of Sales at Festival Towers, which is one of the most exciting new condos this fall. Rachel, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, I want to talk about this master plan. It is one of the largest master plans in North America. We're a 160-acre master plan within a 450-acre master plan. So there's a huge amount of stuff going on here, and I think it's really important to highlight those key points. So the first thing I want to talk about is the development team here. In order to pull something of this scale off, you have to have a top shelf development team, and that's exactly what we've got here with Menkes, who are often regarded as probably one of the best builders in Toronto, partnering with Quadreal, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. So give us a quick rundown on Menkes and Quadreal.
Absolutely, and you're so right that the development team behind a master plan community like this is such a pivotal part. Menkes is one of Canada's oldest and most trusted developers, and a lot of people don't realize that Menkes is actually one of the most accomplished commercial developers in the Greater Toronto Area. And when you're promising to not just build a new condo development, but actually an entirely new downtown in the way that Menkes is, you really need to have the confidence that they have the capacity to build all of the supporting infrastructure, like the new office space, like the new retail shopping, as well as the new residential communities. Then you have Quadreal, which is one of the biggest real estate asset firms in the country, net worth of over $27.4 billion in assets. So they bring a lot of power behind Menkes on this development.
For sure, and I think I'm glad you touched on the commercial piece because, again, if you look at their history, they've built some of the most important commercial towers at Yonge and Sheppard, at the waterfront downtown Toronto.
Absolutely.
And that's important because when you build great buildings for commercial space, you're going to attract amazing jobs. And that's a really, really big piece of the master plan here. Just wanted to quickly rhyme off, for those who may not be familiar with Menkes, some of the condominiums that they've done in recent years. Sugar Wharf. Sugar
Wharf, 2018's best-selling condo project, but they have been developing communities for just that over 67 years. Very active in the Yonge and Sheppard neighborhood. People don't realize that for 35 years, a lot of the condos that you see at Yonge and Sheppard, Empress Walk, Ultima, and then of course basically a lot of the commercial developments as well is Menkes, and then they've been very active in developing the downtown waterfront, starting with Harbour Plaza in 2013.
One of the best buildings in Toronto.
Absolutely, everyone who bought there in 2013 did very well. And then with Sugar Wharf, where they're putting in things like the first vertically integrated elementary school in the province of Ontario. They work so closely with the local municipalities and the government organizations, so it gives buyers and agents as well a lot of confidence that they have the capacity to create all of the infrastructure in the entirely new downtown that they're offering here in Vaughan.
So let's talk about this. So, 160 acres within a 400-acre redevelopment. 160 acres, just to help put some context on that. We often talk about Regent Park as one of the biggest master plans in Toronto.
Absolutely.
That was about 60 acres. This is 3 times the size of that. It's huge. You get a sense of just how big that is with the scale behind us. But again, talk to us about that master plan and what the overall vision is.
Of course, and it is definitely one of the largest master plan communities in the country, and that's why Menkes wanted to create this 150 square foot context model to really give people a sense of understanding. I mean, you look at all of the lit up buildings in this context model, those are all future residential buildings by Menkes. And this is the definition of a comprehensive urban community. Everything from the new office towers, they're even putting in a European-inspired retail shopping promenade that runs vertically north to south through Festival Towers. But what's truly, truly special, and I think this is something that is unique to downtown Vaughan, is that Menkes and Quadreal are dedicating 45 acres of the land that they own to outdoor space.
Amazing.
Not just your typical grass and trees, but areas for farmers markets, community centers. There's even going to be an activity pond for things like kayaking and live entertainment. So everything is so thoughtfully designed from the very inception.
I think one of the important things is they are building a new downtown here. It's called Vaughan's new downtown.
Of course.
And a great downtown is made up not just of residential. You look at all the great downtowns, it's great retail, great shopping, great coffee shops, great restaurants.
Absolutely.
And then you've got great parks, great public spaces. And then you've got great jobs. And then you've got residential on top of that. So when you start putting all this stuff together, you start to see why this is not just buying a building in Vaughan, this is buying into a brand new downtown and being one of the first in this entire 160-acre redevelopment, and it's so important to sort of emphasize.
You hit the nail right on the head. You are buying in at the very beginning stages of what will be a 10 plus year long-term development. It's very rare that buyers have the opportunity to buy into a vision from the very inception. And because we have so much confidence in the builders and the developers behind it, I think it gives buyers a lot of confidence that you can trust in the Menkes vision that it will become a reality.
One of the most important things that's anchoring this entire development is the subway.
Yes.
So last year, the subway opened the Young extension, which connects you directly to the
Vaughan Metropolitan Center, yep.
Yep, so talk to us about the importance of that and how that plays into all of this.
Yes, transit is really the key puzzle piece in any metropolitan city, whether you're Shanghai, Beijing, downtown Toronto, London, they all have a world-class subway system. And now Vaughan, if we are saying that it is a world-class downtown on the rise, it's no different. And in fact, just 300 meters from Festival will bring you to the VMC subway entrance that is under construction right now just south of Highway 7. So amazing. 300 meters, 3-minute walk, that'll bring you to the subway entrance. So it truly is a transit-oriented development.
Just want to wrap up a couple of things there very, very quickly before we move on to Festival itself. But within steps of being in this building, you've got access to a subway. You've got access to world-class jobs. You've got access to amazing outdoor spaces and parks and an amphitheater, which we didn't even touch on. We've got amazing access to brand new retail that's going to, again, completely transform this entire area. So all of that stuff is at your doorstep. You come down, it's all there. And that's why we're so excited about, again, this whole vision, but specifically Festival.
The
Festival,
yes.
Yeah, so Festival is the gateway to this neighborhood. It is 2 of the tallest towers. So give us the rundown on Festival and how it fits into the entire vision.
You used a perfect word with gateway. Festival is designated as the landmark towers of Vaughan. Again, because Menkes works so intimately and closely with the municipal organizations, and they're working with the city of Vaughan to make this community, that Festival is definitely going to be the landmark towers of Vaughan. And that's why a lot of these amenities, the retail promenade with the dome, which you mentioned, and the amphitheater, really will be running vertically throughout Festival. Now, Festival itself is going to be 4 high-rise towers, over 2,500 units, and we are releasing the first phase this month, which will be a 66-story north tower, officially the tallest tower in Vaughan, and then as well the 55-story south tower. 1,300 units. This is the largest project of the year that's coming to us in 2020.
Amazing. One of the things I did want to touch on was the amenity space, because they are absolutely incredible. The renderings came out from the lobby to this pool to everything. Give us a quick rundown, because it's 70,000 square feet.
70,000 square feet, and it's going to all be housed in this architecturally striking platform that's going to run connected through all 4 towers. Every single amenity space has been so thoughtfully crafted and curated for the type of residents who would be living in the development. And each tower itself would have a lot of its own amenities, things like the party rooms and the lounge room spaces. But the lobby is everything. That's the first impression. And because you're living in the landmark project of Vaughan, they really wanted to make sure that when you walked in, there was that sense of arrival. Everything is that essence of luxury, but also timelessness. Something that's not just trendy, but something that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you would definitely feel you're walking to a very special development.
Amazing. Rachel, we talked about the builder being one of the best in the city. We talked about a 160-acre master plan that is unrivaled in Toronto. It is truly one of the biggest undertakings in North America. We talked about not just residential, we talked about retail, subway, commercial, parks, everything that it takes to make a great downtown. And then we talked about the building itself with, we didn't even touch on the floor plans. The floor plans are excellent. We talked about a 70,000 square foot amenity space, which is double what you would get in a typical condominium tower. So all this stuff, I think it's one of the best projects you're going to be able to invest in this fall. Rachel, if our clients are interested, what do they have to do?
Definitely contact a trusted agent partner of Menkes and Cornerstone like yourself and get into the sales office. This is a 10,000 square foot discovery center. It really is that. It's a place to discover and explore, and it's the best possible way to walk away and have a sense of understanding of this long-term vision.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you so much.